Hello, all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Aquarius for the month of July 2022. I hope all my Aquarius friends are doing well. Do let me know in the comments how the month of July has been progressing for you and what successes to date you've had so far. Also, do let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to find out. As you know, dear Aquarius, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Aquarius. In the past position, we have the Eight of Cups, clarified by the Six of Cups. In the challenging position, we have the Hermit, clarified by the King of Swords. In the present position, we have the Ace of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Wands. And in the future outcome position, we have the Seven of Pentacles, clarified by the Hanged Man. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Wands, the Victory card. Very good energy that is going to accompany you throughout the month of July. But if we start from the beginning, we do have the Eight of Cups, which is a card of walking away from something because you are seeking something else. Sometimes we spend a long time trying to build something that we think is going to help us realize our potential, that we think is going to bring us a lot of fulfillment, only to later realize that our priorities have switched and actually what we want is something different. And so we kind of turn our back away looking for a deeper meaning, and we kind of walk away from what we have built. It does look to me like you in the recent past were looking for something, you know, more meaningful as it comes to your past, because the Six of Cups has to deal with your memories, your childhood memories, people that you have spent time with in the past. And also the Six of Cups is also about healing as well. And so it does look like in the recent 12 to 24 months you turned away from something, looking for something more meaningful, more wholesome, more fulfilling, where you can feel like you're supported and you're able to heal as well. And you clearly were finding answers to something you used to do, you know, in your past. That's where the answers to the secret lies. Dear Aquarius. Now in the challenging position, we do see that in the month of July you may have a minute where you feel like you are not supported, where you are a little bit alone, you know, because the Hermit generally is a card that is a major arcana card that shows up when we are seeking wisdom. But when it appears in the challenging position, it may feel like you are a little bit lonely and not receiving as much support in the month of July as you would prefer. You may be struggling to find the right path, you know, because the Hermit, when he appears in a normal position, he kind of lights the way for everyone else. He is the one that climbed that obstacle. He is the one that overcame a challenge, and he's kind of lighting the way forward and saying, you know, here is where the path to wisdom lies, if you will. But definitely there is a little bit of lack of self-awareness that you may be feeling in the month of July, which is going to make you feel unsupported. You're very much supported, dear Aquarius, and you know, the most amazing rewards are actually around the corner. We are beginning the age of Aquarius, and so, you know, the spotlight is almost here and it's going to be on you. So it's the last push, you know, it's the last moment of struggle before success, you know, kind of surrounds you, if you will. And that is when, you know, when you're like struggling the most, that is when you know that the divine has something incredible reserved just for you. Do watch out for this King of Swords energy, because we do have the King of Swords in the clarifying position, which this energy that's coming from someone around you can be highly manipulative. This is definitely a very opinionated person. It can be a man or a woman, and they're willing to kind of manipulate facts and manipulate opinions to get their way no matter what. They're not very moral, if you will, and they're not really following the logic or the rationale that you would expect. So definitely throughout the month of July, kind of keep things to yourself. Don't share too much information. This is not the time to be extremely open. This is not the time to be necessarily overly kind with people who behave in a very cold manner. Even if they are behaving in a cold manner towards others, it's important to note, it's important to be aware of. Now in the present position, we do have the Ace of Cups, which is a wonderful card because it tells me that a new relationship or an old relationship that's going to kind of have a newer aspect to it is going to refresh your life. There's going to be a lot of positive energy that is going to be going your way, coming your way. The divine is literally filling your cup with positivity. The divine is filling your cup with support, with appreciation, with understanding. So you're going to feel really much better. The energy is shifting from like a slightly negative energy, maybe a struggling energy, to an energy where you are receiving, because you have accomplished many wonderful things and overcame obstacles. So the divine recognizes that, and it does look like this positive energy is coming in quick because you do have the Eight of Wands here in the clarifying position, which is all about movement. It's all about action. In this relationship, it could be a partnership, it can be a friendship, it can be a new relationship like a love interest. It definitely is going to bring a lot of positivity. So embrace, your social side, because it's about to, you're about to use it definitely quite a lot. Now we do in the future outcome position have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a good sign because Pentacles generally represent financial aspect of our lives. And so Pentacles in the future position tells me that your investments are good. You do want to double check your investments. You want to make sure that you are on top of how things are flowing, because in the month of July, many astrologers predict that the stock market is going to be kind of going up and down. So remember that even if some of your investments, because of the stock market going down, appears like it's going down, it's only going to take a week or two for the stock market to rebound, and your investments should be overall in good hands. However, you do want to double check your investments and be conservative for the time being. Although many people know how to navigate the market in these kind of slightly volatile times. People know how to make money when the stocks go down. People know how to make money when the stocks go up. And also it looks like the housing market is maybe turning towards the buyer, if you will. So there's many different ways to check on your investments and to make sure that you are looking out for your financial health in the long term. But one thing that the Seven of Pentacles is all about is working hard. So while this card is a card of success, this card is a card of success on a condition that you work very hard, that you stay committed to the task at hand, because a lot of people have difficulties being stuck in a routine. And so it's important to remember that as long as you stay committed to the task at hand and you work really hard to bring more pentacles to your home, to yourself, then the success and victory will be yours. And it's also important to remember to pamper yourself as well. Yes, we are here in this journey of life to learn lessons, but at the same time, no one has outlawed having pleasure as well. As long as everything is in moderation, you should be pretty well covered. Now we do have the Hanged Man here in the clarifying position, so definitely tells me that there's going to be some sacrifice when it comes to your finances. There may be some kind of sacrifice that is needed in order for your finances to do well, whether it is in the stock market, whether it is, invested in something else. There is going to be a new perspective that you may have to adapt, that you may have to consider looking through in order to kind of protect your investments. Looking at something from a different perspective gives you a wider view, gives you a bigger picture, and ultimately makes you more successful. The Hanged Man is a card of sacrifice, but you do want to make sure that you're not sacrificing needlessly or for false kind of promises. You want to make sure that you're willing enough, you're open-minded enough to consider a different perspective. But when it comes to sacrificing something, you definitely want to consider that carefully, if you will. But let's see what we can clarify with the Moon Oracle card that I pulled. And we've got Beauty, Waning Gibbos. Interesting. Very beautiful card. The Beauty card is like medicine. It can heal even the most broken spirit. Beauty is everywhere in nature. Just look. Beauty comes in many forms and we can choose to find it. I love how I look. Rid yourself of clutter and what you find disagreeable. One of the high needs in our life is that of beauty. Real beauty is hypnotic, yet in reality has less to do with youth than it does with the spirit coming through the skin. The word charisma comes from the Greek charis and ma, meaning the spirit shining through. Each of us possess a unique beauty, one that gives us confidence if we recognize it. Each of us is desirable, each of us perfectly formed to be what we want to be. But should we become too obsessed by the external, something that is after all fleeting, we may become unhappy and chase an ideal that is impossible to uphold. And the companion stone for this card is Larimar. Now, the other card that I pulled is Shaman's Dream Oracle card, and that is the Netcaster. I'm gonna do this like that. Netcaster is about preparations coming to fruition. The Netcaster is here to tell you to stop praying for the fish. They have arrived. And it's time that you cast your net lest they swim away. Everything that you long for is within reach, but it has been so long since your prayers were answered that you have forgotten how to receive what is being offered to you. Put down the prayer beads and open your arms and your heart to rewards beyond measure. Cast your net. Take the next step that you have been planning for so long. Remember that the fish wait for no one, so time is of the essence. Heaven and earth are in perfect alignment for your victory. The stars are positioned for success. The only one who can spoil the perfection of the moment is you. So definitely take action because it's very important. Everything is in alignment for you to receive the most rewards. The divine is filling your cup, so make sure to use this time wisely. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, dear Aquarius. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And again, thank you so much. I will see you next time.